Hello, everyone. Woo. Hello, Assemblymember Chavez Zbur. My name is Dubin, and I'm here today representing Third Act SoCal, a chapter of environmentalist Bill McKibben's national nonprofit for climate and democracy activists 60 and up. I'm also representing your district, Assemblymember, as I am a happy and proud resident of it. And I'm here today with all these other wonderful people to make a very simple, urgent request. Again, we want your endorsement of the Polluters Pay Climate Superfund Act now. We are standing, as Nico said, only a few miles from Altadena and Pacific Palisades. These communities, as you know so well, were devastated by what are considered the costliest wildfire events in global history. I got lucky, but dear friends lost their home and left Los Angeles permanently. I'm afraid of the next time. Right. We know these disasters were worsened by climate change, which is caused above all by fossil fuel companies. But you know what? That's all I'm going to say about climate change, because we all have known this score for far, far too long. The science, the proof, the data. But I will say this. A report from NRDC put the financial cost from fossil fuel generated air pollution and climate change in the U.S. at more than $820 billion annually. I'll say this, that last year profits from the 5 biggest oil companies reached $102 billion. Also, U.S. coal, oil, and gas interests received more than $16 billion in subsidies. Handouts from our federal government. By some estimates, this total is much, much bigger. So who are we kidding? The fossil fuel industry can and must pay for climate damage. We all have a role to play. I have been lucky enough to drive an electric car for the past 23 years, and transportation is the largest source of global warming emissions. Those 23 years, Assemblymember, have been all in your district. I do this to help protect the health of our communities and the planet, and to shield myself from those rising gas prices, all right? So, in addition to improving our mass transit systems, we must accelerate adoption of EVs. And recently, Assemblymember, you have shown leadership in this regard by authoring, here's another nerdy number, AB 39, a great piece of legislation, the Local Electrification Planning Act, which Governor Newsom just signed into law like 2 weeks ago. Yes, and what does it do? In effect, local governments will play a critical role in providing equitable access to EV charging and to helping residents retrofit their home for clean energy appliances. Where's my buddy Monica? Woo! Listen, this bill that was authored by Zbur explicitly prioritizes low-income families and renters and small businesses, okay? Ensuring that they are not left behind as the state meets its climate goals. These kinds of laws help reduce our demand for gasoline and natural gas. They are imperative, but they represent incremental progress. More funding and more comprehensive legislation is required to accelerate the broader energy transition at speed and at scale. Assemblymember Zbur, we look to you today for more environmental leadership like this. It is past time for fossil fuel polluters to pay for the climate damage they have caused and lied about in California. 2 other states have signed bills similar to the Polluters Pay Climate Superfund Act. 10 other states are considering it. At least 7 California cities, probably 8 and more than that, have passed resolutions in support of this act. Assemblymember Zbur, what role will you play? We urge you to vote for the Polluters Pay Climate Superfund Act and give us your endorsement now.
Make polluters pay! Make polluters